Hello, we are here, episode 536 of the TEW 2020 Challenge Run. We're here for the first tri-branded pay-per-view since WrestleMania. We only have tri-branded pay-per-views from now until SummerSlam. Yeah. You know, I like the single brand pay-per-views I do because it does help me get more people on the show in matches, like, put more rivalries on pay-per-view, but nothing quite hits quite like a big joint branded show. So yeah, we're here for Clash at the Castle. We're here in Glasgow. Yeah, we're in the Hydro. I'm taking a massive cut because it says that 55,000 people are supposed to be here, and the Hydro only sells for 13,000. But yeah, you know, we're charging ridiculous Triple H prices for this show. So yeah. Tonight on tap we have WWE Championship match. Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes is our main event. Drew McIntyre challenges Swerve Scott for the World Heavyweight Championship in his home country. ECW Championship, Jey Uso against Austin Theory. Tag Team Championships, Dakota Kai and Candice LeRae challenge Tegan Knox and Piper Niven. Women's WWE Women's Championship, Bayley against Bianca Belair. Florence against Alba Fire, ECW Women's Championship. CM Punk versus Chad Gable. And ECW Tag Team Championship match, Joman get another final shot at taking the championships from Mustafa Ali and Cedric Alexander. Without any more further ado, let's jump into the show. 68 rated pre-show match here. The J-Flow girls of Tam, Mizuki, and Marika take on Club Venus, Mina Shirakawa, Kenzie Page, and Kylie Page. You know, Maki, she's at ringside here, but she's not in the match. But the first leg up of this match goes to Club Venus. They do pick up the win here, pinning Marika, following interference from Victoria Shields, the aforementioned Scottish regen. If you watched SmackDown, she took part in a match on that show, and it appears she's helped Club Venus score the victory here tonight. 62 for both Marika and Mizuki, 72 for Tam, 41 for Kylie Page, 47 for Kenzie Page, 69 for Mina. And yeah, I forgot to add a segment after this, but Victoria Shields is a regen I've had for like 3 years. She's of the same vein of a Danger Zone Charlie Ryland, of the Labyrinth guys, and like the original batch of regens I first got like 3 years ago. I'm now going to start moving up to roles on the main roster, and she has like 87 sex appeal, which, you know, that's sort of Club Venus' whole thing. And they were outnumbered, so you should have seen a new member coming, and it is her. You know, we've now got I mean, to be fair, I say we've got a young person to build around, but I'm pretty sure that the regen is older than both Kenzie and Kylie Page. But yeah, the first leg up goes to Club Venus, who get a bit of a hometown victory here tonight because, you know, they've got a new Scottish member. No Scotland, no party. Big intro video for our matches here tonight. Our main event, Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins once again do battle for the WWE Championship. You know it's big time when them two face off of each other. We've also got Bianca Belair against Bayley. We've got Chad Gable and CM Punk. We've got Drew McIntyre and Swerve Scott here in Scotland for the World Heavyweight Championship. But to kick off the night, the first song we hear on the main show, Look in My Eyes, What Do You See? CM Punk. Scottish-made Phil is coming out here. He's taken part in the first match of the night. The only non-championship match of the night, when he faced off against Chad Gable. This is a rematch from last week's Raw, week 4 of May. Chad Gable beat CM Punk and then turned heel on him in Chicago. And, you know, he kept the ankle lock on CM Punk that whole time, but he is cleared. He is here tonight. And let's see if he can take 2 wins over Chad Gable. 88 rating. That's pretty good. Yeah. Punk and Gable go at it here in Glasgow. And, you know, they're running the match back. CM Punk's actually over in Glasgow in this world, you know. A big contrast to what he did last time in real life. But he is popular here because, you know, we do like Phil. As someone who was in the building that night, yeah, there was plenty of CM Punk shirts. So, like, he's popular here. But, yeah, Chad Gable, you know, he's working over the ankle of CM Punk. Yeah, he's continuing to work him down. You know, he's attacking that leg. He kept in the ankle lock all the last week on Raw. He locked him in an ankle lock for an extended period of time. And Punk, he's not tapping out. He makes the ropes. CM Punk makes a comeback. You know, he hits the knee in the corner and the bulldog. He hits the CM Punk diving elbow that looks like trash. He locks him in the Anaconda Vice, but Gable uses expertise, big brain, Olympic wrestling skill to get to the ropes. And then CM Punk gets him up for the go to sleep. You know, Chad Gable slides down the back, goes for a German suplex. Like he slides down the back after he gets him up for a go to sleep, into position for a German. Like rushes Punk against the ropes. And then as he does, Annie Ogogo slides a punch on CM Punk as he does that. And you know, clocks CM Punk in the face. He hits the German suplex. He then locks CM Punk in the ankle lock, hooking it on. And CM Punk, you know, he's out of it. You know, he's been KO punched by an Olympic boxer, and now locked in an ankle lock on her ankle, and he passes out. Chad Gable picks up the victory here in 80 minutes and 23. Perhaps the biggest win of his career. Also, I spoke to CM Punk before this match. I was like, do you want to consider putting over Chad Gable? And he went, yeah, sure. So yeah. Shout out Phil for taking the L like a man here tonight. 80 for CM Punk, 87 for Chad Gable. Then after the match, Gable leaves the ankle lock locked in on CM Punk. He goes, you know, you're washed, you know, you're past it. I'm the Olympian, I'm better than you'll ever be. I'm the best in the world. Snaps his ankle. So CM Punk just left in a bloody mess. What a brutal way to start Clash at the Castle. Chad Gable with a victory. A stoppage victory over CM Punk, and he simply has a broken ankle for good measure. We then move on to something slightly more lighthearted. What's the best way to boost the mood after that? Joe Hendry comes out. Joe Hendry and Braun Strowman have another shot at the ECW Tag Team Championships against Mustafa Ali and Cedric Alexander here. You know, after One Night Stand 2 weeks ago where Ali did some dastardly shenanigans to keep a hold of those belts. But of course Joe Hendry is beloved here in Scotland because, as they say, they do love him in London, Paris, and Tokyo, America, Scotland, Canada, and Mexico. But they definitely love him in Scotland. And yeah, him and Braun Strowman are doing their thing. You know, we get a moment of Chad Gable. I've still got Gable on the brain. Mustafa Ali out on ringside. Cedric Alexander's on the apron. And he like calls Cedric across to like, you know, the barricade where like the ring bell and the timekeeper and all that is. And then like he starts making a plan. Like he starts whispering to Cedric like, okay, here's what we're gonna do. And then we do see Braun from the other side of the ring. He starts winding up. You know, the Strowman Express is charging around the ring. He charges at Ali and Cedric. Cedric sort of pulls. Ali sort of pulls Cedric in the way, so he dodges the attack, but Braun Strowman just collides with Cedric Alexander, and them two go bundling through the barricade. So it is now effectively a one-on-one match. Mustafa Ali against Joe Hendry. Now the referee's checking out what happened with Braun Strowman and Cedric. Ali low blows Joe Hendry. He goes up top. He hits that 054. The referee never saw it. He goes for the cover. 1, 2, and Joe Hendry kicks out. The crowd's getting on his heart. They believe. They're waving their hands from side to side. They're clapping him along. They do believe in Joe Hendry. Ali slides in for another kick. Hendry ducks it. He starts firing off. Big DDT. He finally gets all fired up. He nails the standing ovation on Mustafa Ali. 1, 2, 3. We have new ECW Tag Team Champions. Joe Hendry wins his first proper piece of gold here in WWE. You know, that's not the 24/7 title. Him and Braun, the new ECW Tag Team Champions. 86 for Mustafa Ali, 84 for Cedric Alexander, 78 for Braun Strowman, and a 70 for Joe Hendry. And the Hydro's waving its hands from side to side. They believe. First title match of the night and first title change of the night. How many more will we see? 87. Okay. That's actually pretty good considering the ratings they got. And it says there's a lack of psychology, which, whatever. So yeah, it's Bayley against Bianca Belair. Bianca comes out, she's got Jakara Jackson in her corner. So immediately Bayley's like, well, what the fuck? Like, okay, I'm outnumbered off the get-go. And then, yeah, they wrestle a Bayley and Bianca Belair match, but it's weird because Bayley's the babyface and Bianca's the heel. But, yeah. Bianca, she's attacking. She's being more aggressive in her attack. You know, she's whipping Bayley. Bayley's trying to fight from underneath. She does start to get all fired up. She hits the comeback. She hits Bianca Belair with the rose plant. She only gets a 2 because Jakara Jackson puts her foot on the rope. And the referee sees it. And Bayley's like, what the fuck? You know, she just put it there. And Jakara just being a general nuisance. But, like, she's playing dumb. She's playing innocent. She's sucking a lolly and all that ringside. So, like, she's not getting kicked out just yet. And then it comes. Bianca does get Bayley out for a KOD. Bayley slides down the back. And then Jakara Jackson goes to grab Bayley. And the referee does catch Jakara, like, leaning over the ropes. And then he goes, hey, you know, that's your final warning, that's your final warning. But as he's warning Jakara, we see Cora Jade off the barricade. And she, like, goes up to Bayley. Like, Bayley's leaning up against the ropes. And she like, grabs the belt and she goes, hey, use this, use this, use this. She slides the belt into the ring for Bayley. And Bayley looks at Cora confused. And she's like, no, I won't use that, Cora. Like, what are you doing? And then she tosses the belt back out. And Cora's like, well, okay, you're lost then. And then Jakara Jackson is ejected. And then she's, like, taking ages to leave the ring. And Bianca Belair, she's moaning in the corner, but she's, you know, getting to her feet. When Cora Jade clocks Bianca Belair with the Women's World Championship behind the referee's back. Bayley doesn't see it either. Bayley's still, you know, distracted by the referee ejecting Jakara. And she turns around and she sees, like, Bianca finally start to stir after she's been hit by the belt. And she hits the rose plant on Bianca and then gets the pin to retain the championship. Unknowingly using the help of the WWE Women's Championship to her advantage. Thanks to Cora Jade. 81 for Bayley, 90 for Bianca. So yeah, you know, a bit of a messy finish, but, you know, it's what I needed to do for the story. Like, I needed the spot where Bayley throws the belt back and then the referee to still be distracted, so, like, Jakara can take a fucking sweet time getting out of that ringside area. And then, you know, Cora comes in the ring after the match. She starts hugging Bayley, going, hey, you know, hey, you won, you know, you won, Bayley, you did it. And Bayley's like, okay, thanks. Like, I said no to what you said, but, like, sure, you know, I guess we're friends again. Okay, bro, so now it's time, bro. I hate being here in Glasgow, Scotland as much as you do, bro. But as you hate having me here, bro. But I'm here to introduce you to the future ECW World Champion, the finished article, Mr. Austin Theory, bro. Out comes Theory, big boos in Scotland for his ECW Championship match against main event Jey Uso. Really? 80 for this, okay. Like, this was spotted slap in the middle of the show because this finish, you know, this is the Russo belt. This is the belt on the Russo show, so we get a fuck finish on a pay-per-view. Jey Uso and Austin Theory draw in 9 minutes and 18 because Warden comes out and lays waste to both men. You know, he just leaves both men laying with a series of power bombs. And then after the match, he lays the assault on him. He starts shouting at Russo. He goes, you give me my championship match, or this is going to continue happening to your guy and your champion. Okay, I don't care if you've handpicked this guy to be your next champion. That belt and the Bloodline's head belong to me. And he storms out, and Russo goes, well, what the fuck, bro? You ruined my championship match here, bro. That's okay, bro, because we got another championship match coming up later on tonight, bro. And we just had a tag team championship match, bro. So we're still eating good here on Extremely Cool Wrestling, bro. Queendom Law. Going over everything that these four have been through up until this point. You know, they finally, for at least temporarily, got Queendom out of their hair. Queendom are busy with, you know, Aoi, Mako, Raquel, and Kairi at this point. But now, you know, we've got a little bit of a friction in amongst the group, specifically with Dakota and Tegan, who have never seen eye to eye. And tonight, they're going to defend the Women's Tag Team Championships, they being Tegan and Piper, in Piper Niven's home country of Scotland, against Candice LeRae and Dakota Kai. Dakota Kai, of course, the Women's World Champion, who retained her championship against Tegan 2 weeks ago, yeah. 84. I'll take that, considering the finish, what we had to do here. But yes, Tegan Nox and Piper Niven, I guess everybody's over because this is 4 baby faces, but of course it's in Scotland, so Piper is the sentimental favourite. And yeah, she's going to town. She's doing most of the work in this match because this is really a spotlight for her. It's in her country. Jesus, I've just seen Candice LeRae scored a 94. Okay, but yes, they're doing shit. Piper plants Candice with the Michinoku driver. Dakota breaks up the pin. Dakota kicks Tegan in the head. She kicks out. All this stuff. But just get a nice simple match. There's like nothing too outrageous about it. Then we come down to Tegan and Piper. No, sorry, not Tegan and Dakota in the ring together, and they start just laughing at each other. They smack each other in the face. Like Tegan would forearm Dakota in the face. Dakota would just chuckle, forearm Tegan back. Then they start doing the forearm exchange spot. Dakota Kai kicks Tegan Nox to the floor, and in the end, Piper Niven plants a Michinoku driver on Dakota Kai, tags out. Tegan Nox hits the Shining Wizard on Dakota Kai, the Women's World Champion, and actually just pins her clean. Tegan pins Dakota to retain the belts for Tegan and Piper in 15-21. I didn't have to keep Dakota and Candice strong, but I wanted to because, they're like Candice and Dakota. They're like my top 2 babyface women in this division. But yes, after Dakota defended her championships against Tegan Nox, like 3 weeks ago, whenever it was, Tegan has now pinned the Women's World Champion clean and retained the tag team championships. Now, after the match, Tegan and Piper celebrating with their belts in the ring. Dakota's got her championship in her hand, and she sort of just gets in Tegan's face, and we get like a tense stare down. They're both exhausted after the match. Tegan Nox looks down up at Dakota up and down, and she offers out a handshake to Dakota. It's left there laying for like a couple of seconds. Dakota looks down at Tegan's hand, looks back at Tegan, shakes her head, boots her handshake away, and then gives her a big hug. To a big pop. Candice LeRae in the background like a fucking mother watching her 2 kids make up. Comes in and joins the hug. Piper Niven still taking in the crowd from her hometown fans. And then our 4 heroes of this story finally all on the same page, raise each other's arms. All is good in the world, Cammy recently said that Queendom is still looking as strong as ever with their new look. But these 4 look as strong as ever. Should they ever cross paths again, who knows if that will ever happen. But these 4 are looking stronger than they've ever looked, personally. Bagpipes and haggis. Drew McIntyre makes his entrance. Swerve, the World Heavyweight Champion, the clear enemy here tonight in Drew McIntyre's hometown. But can he? Last time Clash of the Castle was here, it was in Cardiff, and he won the World Championship on that night. Can he make it 2 for 2 at Clash of the Castle? We're about to find out. 89. Sure. I'm glad I went with Cody and Seth as the main event then, because that's good, but Swerve gets a 96, so it's actually all on Drew. Come on, this is in your hometown, buddy. But yeah. I don't actually have too many notes to say about this one. The heat on Swerve here is that he wins clean. There's no shenanigans. I know Swerve is the heel world champion, but I'm trying to play his character a little bit different to everybody else. Every other heel world champion I've booked, where he is just he's good, and that's why he's the champion. He's not getting help to win all the matches, but because he's such a dickhead, it makes it annoying that he's that good because he keeps just winning clean. He beats Drew McIntyre clean in Glasgow. Okay. 96 for Swerve, 89 for Drew. So yeah, that's why this went on in the middle of the show. I don't think the reaction would be as bad in this world because he did win last time you were over here. It's just typical, guy loses in his hometown. Oh, that's disappointing. Bullshit. But yeah, Swerve Scott, still the World Heavyweight Champion. After the match, Drew McIntyre gets to his feet. The crowd, of course, is clapping him and, booing still, I guess, but applauding Drew when Daniel Bryan and the Dragon's Dojo rush into the ring and start attacking him. And then, just to give the fans something to cheer, Daniel Bryan scurries out of the ring with Pete Dunne, and then the other 4 just take a beating from Drew. He delivers claymores to them all. You know, he waves a Scottish flag high up in the air. But he is still disappointed that he couldn't get the championship here tonight. But hey, what can you do? He tried his best, but Swerve is just better on the night. 87. Okay. This is obviously, you know, it's in Scotland, so I'm going to give Alba Fyre a title match. But she has had some big wins in the build-up. Notably, she pinned Sasha Banks. And, yeah, you know, she only scored a 71, and Florence scored an 82, but, like, they delivered in the match. So, you know, consider this something of a success for her mini-push here. And, yeah, Florence does defeat Alba Fyre in 14-16 with a rain flow. Again, no notes, really. The story here is that, unlike the other match where the hometown boy was the favourite and came up short, Alba was definitely the underdog here, and, you know, she gave a valiant effort but came up short, so, you know, there's no heat on Alba losing as much as there is Drew, because, you know, nobody thought she would. Then after the match, you know, Florence shows her respect to Alba Fyre, lets her get her moment in the ring with the Scots, you know, cheering her on for a great performance here tonight. Main event time. Law. You know, we've had Queendom Law already on this show in a hype package. This Law's even deeper. This is Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes Law. This is Seth, Cody, Roman. That big angle, you know, the greatest angle ever told in this game. That's this Law. And here we are now, a rematch 14 months in the making since Seth Rollins lost the championship to Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 39. He finally gets his rematch for that belt. And will he bring it home, or will Cody Rhodes remain the WWE champion? Let's not forget, it was Clash at the Castle last time in Cardiff, where Seth Rollins ended the year-long WWE championship reign of Roman Reigns to kickstart that title run that was then ended by Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. So this could be his lucky event, or Cody Rhodes could once again stand out on top and end things between he and Seth Rollins, as he says, once and for all. Yep, 99 rated match. There we go. That's why that main evented. I really wish it was going to be a 100, but Cody Rhodes was off his game in the main event of a pay-per-view. Hell yeah, he fucking was. Yeah. Again, I'm not sure I've got too much. You know, they've got callbacks to all their previous matches. Yeah, you know, bionic elbows and shit. Stomps being countered, crossroads being countered. He goes for a vertebreaker attempt at one point, but he doesn't hit it because I don't want to overdo it. And then in the end, triple crossroads. Seth Rollins is down. Cody Rhodes retains the WWE Championship. 24-31. Again, yeah, the game says you hit the vertebreaker. He didn't. Because he's not hitting that in every single match. I want him to only use it a couple of times a year, and it to be big and important when he does. But I think because he's over in the game, and Seth Rollins is over in the game is just like, well, this is obviously a big match, and he's going to whip out the Uber finisher. No. Like, let me decide. Like, there hasn't been a dev note for it for TW9 yet, but there should be one where I can say, this let him use his Uber finisher here. But yes, Cody Rhodes does defeat Seth Rollins in the main event here. Another 99 for their collection. I think they've got 4 of them now. And they've got the original King of the Ring match, the King of the Ring final in 2022. They've got the tag match with Solo and Roman at No Way Out. They've got the WrestleMania 39 main event, and now this. So that's the 4th 99 rated match between Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. You know, my Okada Omega. After the match, Seth and Cody stare at each other. You know, 14 months of frustration, you know, as two men, you know, low-key battled for respect for this whole time, you know. Seth never screwed Cody back then because he wanted to fuck Cody over. He screwed Cody because he wanted to be the one to defeat Roman Reigns, and he couldn't let... It was his own desire and his own mind that forced him to do that because he couldn't bear to see anybody else do it. You know, it was never personal against Cody until it became it. So now it looks like Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes might be about to share respect when we hear the crowd sort of start going, oh, because we see 2 people jump onto the aprons. them being Ludwig Kaiser and Giovanni Vinci. Cody Rhodes turns around and Gunnar drops him with a big boot. Seth Rollins, he tries to fight Gunnar off as well. Gunnar boots him, and all three of Imperium beat him up. You know, Ludwig and Vinci hit the Imperial Bomb on Seth Rollins. Gunnar, you know, he chops the shit out of Cody Rhodes a couple of times. He hits that last symphony finish on him. And he stands tall, you know, arms behind his back, the Imperium pose. We haven't seen them since WrestleMania. But Gunnar and Imperium have returned here to close out Clash at the Castle. Let's do these gimmicks. Great, okay. And great, okay. That's better. I think they were both adequate before. Yeah, so that'll be better for both of Ludwig and Gunnar in the long run. But yes, a big return to close out Clash at the Castle here in the Hydro. Give me my 100 rated show. Thank you. Yes, obviously with a 99 rated main event, you know, a hot closing angle and some other banger matches on the show, I was obviously going to get a 100 rating. But, even though it did get a 100, what matters more than that is what you thought of the show. Do let me know what you thought in the comments below. And I'll see you next time for Raw, as we begin the build to Money in the Bank, which is the final show of TEW 2020 before the new game comes out. 10 episodes, I forgot I've got 3 shows a week. 10 episodes remaining of the TEW 2020 series. The series itself continues into the new game, but like it'll be on TEW 9 instead of TEW 2020. Yeah, you get the gist of it. And also 10 episodes until the goals open up again. Because I'm doing the goals after Money in the Bank this year instead of SummerSlam, because it just makes sense to do them in that down period during the crossover of the games. Yeah, see you then. So, you know, for all of you who are mad that Drew didn't win the World Heavyweight Championship while in Glasgow, I've advanced 2 days to the Monday, and looking at what we have here. Drew Galloway scandal. 38-year-old Drew Galloway finds his career in the balance tonight after a major scandal broke with him after being caught up in a sex scandal. The incident has caused a media storm and looks to have made him so toxic as to be virtually unusable by any wrestling promotion unless they want to face a serious backlash from irate fans and sponsors. So I knew this was a thing, and I was positive I was going to get hit by it at some point. Yeah. So anyway, he's off. Hold on. He's leaving for an acting role in 37 days. I don't know if just having him on my roster will penalize me. But what I will do is I won't sack him off just yet. But I'll wait till he goes off to film, and then he could be gone from like anywhere for like 3 to 6 months. And then hopefully by the time he comes back, this will have blown over. Because I don't really want to sack him, but yeah. That's where he's gone. If you don't see him on TV in the next month or so, that's where he's gone. You know, I always ask for these things to happen so I can get like something to shake up my plans. And then I always get annoyed when I actually get them. So, yeah.